I've always talked to myself in bromides or cliches or common figures of speech a lot. Sometimes urging myself on, sometimes chastening myself. But I probably had done a number of things that I was unhappy about, made a number of choices, and I must have thought to myself that my chickens were coming home to roost. And you notice that they're always, in that expression, they're always bad chickens, right? It's not all your kindnesses and good deeds that come home to roost. It's all the stupid things. This is a poem called Home to Roost. The chickens are circling and blotting out the day. I read this on television, and I got a lovely message from a couple in one of the chicken-raising states. And they said that they had really enjoyed my work in general, but that I should really know that chickens actually don't fly very well. I told them it was just a device. I was using this as a device. The chickens are circling and blotting out the day. The sun is bright, but the chickens are in the way. Yes, the sky is dark with chickens, dense with them. They turn, and then they turn again. These are the chickens you let loose, one at a time, and small, various breeds. Now they have come home to roost, all the same kind, at the same speed. Ooh, yeah. I have to tell you that this was sitting on the desk of the poetry editor of the New Yorker on the occasion of 9/11. I wrote it, like months before, but it was on her desk, and she lived in the village, and she saw the whole thing happening. And as soon as the phones were back up, I called her and I said, please send that poem back. It sounds now like it would, like a comment on what has happened. Everything in it, I mean, the chickens sound like the airplanes, it says the sun is bright, but the chickens are in the way. It was a very beautiful day. And it also seems to imply that one has brought this on oneself, which I think there is some argument to say that we did have some responsibility in what's happened in the world. But it would certainly be cruel at that moment to publish this poem. I thought it would be unpublishable for years, that the association would remain too strong with 9/11. People would read it that way. But within about 6 months, I was able to put it someplace else. This little poem is called The Best of It. It's very small. However carved up or pared down we get, we keep on making the best of it. As though it doesn't matter that our acres down to a square foot. As though our garden could be one bean, and we'd rejoice if it flourishes. As though one bean could nourish us. Just a few more, and I'm done. This is called Chop, and it's about a bird. And I don't know why, but I think of Lementer Beach when I read this poem. And it's funny because there's nothing to suggest Lementer here, but it makes me think that when people write, even though the scenes are somewhat abstracted, the writer always has something particular in mind, I imagine. So we have this pompous little bird here. The bird walks down the beach, along the glazed edge the last wave reached. His each step makes a perfect stamp. Oh, you know what I have to tell you? This stamp is chop. Oh, I forgot everything I had to tell you. Chop is like a Chinese chop, a chop mark, right? One of those beautiful red characters. You see them on the watercolors and lots of things. So anyhow, that's what I mean by chop. And a critic read this poem surprisingly well, while completely missing that understanding of chop. He thought it was that, which doesn't make any sense. He probably thought Kinden was Kinden. walks down the beach, along the glazed edge, the last wave reached. His each step makes a perfect stamp, smallish, but as sharp as an emperor's chop. Stride, stride, goes the emperor down his wide, mirrored promenade. The sea bows to repolish. His reign was short. Oh, here's a drought poem. I knew I had a bookend for Crown. This is called Expectations, and we're really kind of in this condition still. Expectations. We expect rain to animate this creek, these rocks to harbor gurgles, these pebbles to creep downstream a little, those leaves to circle in the eddy, the stains and gloss of wet. The bed is ready, but no rain yet. I wanted to throw in a few local poems. This is called Green Hills, and it's really for our Green Hills. And it's one of those poems which argues against what it's saying. It's a device. You'll see right through it. Green Hills. Their green flanks and swells are not flesh in any sense matching ours, we tell ourselves, nor their green breast, nor their green shoulder, nor the languor of their rolling over. And my final poem is kind of the way I'd like the world to be. Well, I'd like the world to be like this with Obama as president. This is a dream of peace, it really is. Or a dream of cessation in a way, I suppose. Reverse drama. Lightning, but not bright. Thunder, but not loud. Sometimes something in the sky connects to something in the ground in ways we don't expect, and more or less miss, except through reverse drama. Things were heightened, and now they're calmer. Thank you.